Hey y'all, it's your girl CashApp back with another video on today. All right, now as you see from the title, I'm here to have a real conversation with you. You see this? You see my sweater? We are all we got, and the reason why I wore this today is because I am feeling the spirit and the energy. Okay, I'm feeling the vibes of this message. You know why? Here's why. Because nobody got us like we do. And the truth of the matter is, there's a lot of people who are out here in this world walking in an illusion, and other people are allowing that to happen. They're not speaking the truth to you because it's easier for them to just let you move in a way that is not true to who you are, because that allows other people to continue to triumph in this society. And what I'm trying to let you know is it is time to stop hiding yourself. It is time to step into the truth of who you are and stop hiding behind these masks and illusions. We don't have time for the fakeness anymore. So I'm going to be the one to keep it real with you on today. Have this real conversation. I want us to have a conversation in here, okay? I'm sure there's going to be some people who see this and they're like, girl, who you think you are? Who you think you are? And you know who I think I am? I think I am CashApp, here to keep it real with you and here to illuminate you to some words and some wisdom that other people are refraining from you because they're trying to appease your comfort zone. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to speak the truth. So here we are. Now, there's something that I noticed has been just taking over the melanated community. And it's this thing we call protective styles. Before we even get into it, let's first define what a protective style is. Okay, let's do that. A protective style is any style that keeps the ends of the hair tucked away and minimizes manipulation. Point blank. Simply put, very clear. Okay, so it's meant to keep the ends of your hair tucked and protected away from maybe the environmental conditions, or maybe you live an active lifestyle, or you don't want your hair brushing against your clothes too often. Also, protective styles aren't meant to be a permanent hairstyle. They're not meant to be the only thing that you do for your hair. They are a temporary rest period from the constant manipulation. Now, how is it a protective style if your hair is never exposed? What are you protecting your hair from if it is always in a protective style? That is my question. Now, the reason I pose this question is because I see a lot of people are claiming this notion that, oh my gosh, I gotta keep my hair protected, I gotta keep it protected, but it's really just an excuse for you to hide from yourself, from you to hide from the task and the responsibility of learning your natural hair, learning what it needs and how to nurture it, and actually providing those things. These quote unquote protective styles is an easy cop out. It's a way to escape that. Let's be real. Let's be real. There's people out here who still call their hair nappy and who say my hair is too hard, it's unmanageable, I can't deal with it, my hair is ugly, and all these crazy, these ridiculous words that we place on our hair as melanated people. And it really blows mine. It really blows mine, because this is the hair that grows out of your head. It is natural to you. You want to convince me and everyone else that the hair that grows from your scalp is too difficult for you to learn how to handle? And therefore you must keep it tucked and hidden 24/7 for the entirety of your life? Because that makes more sense. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. I also see people who say stuff like, oh, I don't have the patience to deal with my hair because it takes hours. You got to detangle it and wash it and style it. It's too much work. Okay, but guess what? You're exercising patience every time you have to wait for your appointment, sit in the chair and have your hair actually be styled. Okay? That whole process takes hours. Women will be in the hair salon for the entire day waiting for this protective style, because that takes less time than actually doing your own hair. Here's the thing. I'm not trying to shame people, and I feel like that's kind of like coming out of me right now. So let me check myself. Because I don't want to come from a position of judgment. Truly, I'm trying to speak from a position of letting you know your hair is beautiful. And though it might require a little bit more muscle from you, it's worth that energy. It's worth it, because your hair connects you to literally everything. And every time you hide it underneath these protective styles, you're also hiding yourself. Now, that's not to say that you should never wear a style that's different from your natural hair. That's not what I'm saying. You can go out and rock your braids, your twists, your sew-ins, your lace fronts. All that is a good time. And I know sometimes women rock it, especially if they don't want to color their hair, so they'll put a protective style in, etc., etc. You're going on vacation, whatever. I understand that. Trust me, I do. Y'all, I just said so much. My phone just did some wild stuff. Like, anyways, I just said so much. Now I gotta say it again. Anyways, y'all, I guess the point that I'm making is I understand that, you know, we wear our hair in these protective styles as a different way to express ourselves or to give our hair a break. That's fine. But it becomes a problem when you rely on these styles as a crutch. Give your hair an opportunity to breathe and exist outside of these styles. And I'm not talking about just a week. Okay, give yourself like 2-3 weeks at least between these styles before you put in another one. Why are you in such a hurry to hide yourself? And I know on the surface you don't think that is hiding that you're doing. You think that you're giving your hair a break, you're giving your hair a chance to grow, whatever. Then when you really look at it and you realize, wow, my hair has been a protective style for 95% of this year. What's that about? You know, ask yourself these questions. What is the real reason? I know some people are dealing with damage and there's other reasons that contribute to why. And it's your choice, okay? But I'm observing and I'm noticing a pattern where people are becoming too comfortable relying on a false representation of themselves these days, you know? And truly, our hair is so powerful, it's so dope. It's what makes us us. It makes us unique. It makes us stand out. But so many people would rather hide their actual hair under this illusion of protection, and instead you conform to a cookie cutter image. Now you look like everyone else. Now you look like a clone of someone else instead of you. You know, it's crazy. Whenever I see people take their hair out finally and they let their hair breathe and exist, they look like more of themselves. But when you put these styles in, they may look cute and dope and it's like, wow, that's an amazing style. But you don't look like yourself. You look like something else. You look like Barbie, you look like Kim. You look like something else. And aside from aesthetically, over time, keeping your hair in protective styles, it leads to breakage, it leads to tension and friction on the hair, thinning, shedding. So this protection that you claim to be seeking, you're actually counteracting that action because you're over time inviting damage to your hair. Why? Why do that? It's not worth it. And there's different schools of thought that express that protective styles actually don't protect you from anything. Now, whether you choose to believe that or not, that's your business. And truthfully, I recognize them as part of our culture, so I'm not going to ever try to act like you should never do it. But moderation is key with everything, Balance. Where is the balance at? People, the only time I see your real hair is if you were about to wash it so you could put in another style. It's like, wow. I'm not going for it. It makes me sad sometimes. It makes me sad to see that, like, so many people are trying to avoid themselves. So much so that they'll rather put on a costume or another look over their own because they seem to think that that is more acceptable, that's more beautiful. And it's wild when I speak to men, women, children, whoever, everyone has the same point of view, which is that we prefer to see who you really are. We prefer to see your natural self. And for the women who are doing these styles and it's like, oh, my man, I'm trying to get a man or whatever the reasons, the men love when they see us in our natural hair. They love to see it. And not just anything. Not you just wake up and your hair is matted and all crazy. No, they love to see a woman who takes the time to take care of her hair and make it look like something. Who makes the effort, because that shows everything about your character, who you are as a person. If you're constantly hiding yourself, how do we get to know who you really are? And I know it's not to say that your personality doesn't come out just because your hair is styled a certain way. Like, that's not the case. But imagine how much more of yourself would come through if you were confident in who you really are, what you really look like, minus all the facade. The truth. Imagine that glow up. the truth of who you are. Imagine that. If you were bold enough to show it to people and stop hiding it and stop relying on something else as your explanation for why you do it. It's not a protective style anymore. Low key, I guess it is a protective style because you're protecting yourself from being truly seen. You're protecting yourself from being truly received by others. You're protecting yourself from rejection, maybe. Maybe you're afraid that if people really saw your natural hair, they wouldn't love you as much. They wouldn't accept you. They wouldn't find you attractive. Because I've heard people say stuff like that too. And let me tell you this. If people can accept who you are in your natural form, they don't need to be a part of your life. They simply do not. They don't deserve you. I feel like I'm getting on a whole tangent right now because I was supposed to come here and tell you all the things, the damage and the things that's happening to your hair, whatever. But like, I feel called to just speak and tell you what is being received when you do this. For the fact that there's industries built upon people trying to look like us, and here we are trying to look like something else. Isn't that crazy? We don't want to look like ourselves anymore. What's that about? What's that about? Oh, I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. But you spend time sitting in the chair getting your hair done. It takes hours to do that. So you got time to do that, but you don't have time to love on your actual hair? That's interesting. That's interesting. You know, and this is not me trying to make it seem like just dealing with your natural hair is the easiest thing on the planet and anyone can do it. I know it's not the easiest thing, especially because we've gone so long believing that there's something wrong with our hair. You know, at a certain point, you start to internalize that message as true. You think that there's problems with your hair because it's not straight. You can't run a comb or a brush straight through it, so that means there's something wrong with it. You can't just throw it up in a bun, so there's something wrong with it. You know what I mean? But that just means that you need to learn. You need to learn. That's it. This is an invitation to learn yourself on another level. Oh my goodness. And you know, I feel so passionate about this because I know me personally, I've transformed so much when I decided to learn my natural hair, because that translated into me learning myself, what I'm capable of doing, because I learned to master my hair. Our hair, like, oh my gosh, it's the cause for so much stress and anxiety in our community, and it's crazy because our hair is so dope and fire. Like, our hair is so fire. Our hair can defy gravity. It can do all this crazy, amazing stuff that other people try to replicate. You ever seen those videos of people in Japan trying to create kinky hair so they can cut their hair in a fade or wear an afro? Why are other cultures so enamored with us and we don't do it to ourselves? And you know what? That's not fair, because a lot of us do. A lot of us do. A lot of us love our hair. A lot of us love to see it from other people, and we encourage it, and we're like, yes, your hair looks dope. It's amazing. A lot of us do that. That is true. But a lot of us don't. And y'all are the ones I'm speaking to today. The ones who don't. Because it might seem so simple and it might seem like it's not a big deal, but I don't think people realize how much you detach from yourself when you detach from your hair. You know? Anyone who I've ever known who's gone on a natural hair journey and took the time to really learn what that's about, like, they always shine in this way that's like next level. Like, next level. Like, I just imagine what we would be able to do as a unit if more of us were brave enough and were willing to really tap into the truth of who we are. Okay? Love it, embrace it, and work with it and master it. Imagine how dope. If you can master your natural hair, you can master anything. Okay? You can master anything. Because our hair comes with a lot of work. Okay? So if you are willing to put the work in, oh my gosh, the levels we will reach as a community, as a unit. We can do so much. We can do so much. And I be getting frustrated sometimes when I see, people are capping their potential because it's easier to just not. It's easier to just cover your hair and just do that. It's like, because everything else, it takes so much work. It's too much work. It's a lot. Anything worth having in life requires work. And honestly, this is a message for me too. Because not just for hair, anything in life requires work. It requires effort, investments in self. And your natural hair is exactly that. An investment into yourself, into your development as a person. Okay? Growth, vibes, lituations, leveling up. I just want more people to embrace it. I want more people to embrace it. And yeah, this is my personal preference. Whatever. It's your personal preference if you want to wear a weave for the rest of your life until the end of your days. Okay, sure. Do that if you want to. That's your business. You can do that. But I'm just here to let you know that there's so much you're missing out on, and the world is missing out on because you're hiding yourself. And I'm inviting you to stop hiding. I'm inviting you to really make the effort to meet yourself on the realest level. You claim to be real, right? So be real. Be all the way real. That doesn't mean, never wear protective style ever again, child. No, you can do it. It's fun. You can. It gives you more flexibility. It gives you an opportunity to enhance your personality, express yourself. So protective styles are dope. Don't get me wrong. I'm just speaking to those who rely on them as their only means of dealing with their hair. That's what I'm speaking about. Anyways, y'all, I'm getting tired of talking about this. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Okay. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up if you do. You know the algorithm. Okay. Join my membership for perks. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.